I think I want to do a fam, and not just any type of fam. It's a fam where G Adventures is actually going to do multiple travel styles in one trip. It's the first of its kind, but more importantly, we want to bring in advisors and teach them how to do content on these fams.
And dude,
Um,
we're doing Vietnam.
yep. And I decided that, yeah, we discussed a few destinations, and I decided that Vietnam is probably going to be the best one. And I wanted to see if, this is something that you want to do.
Oh, dude, I'm in, man. I mean, that's if we can teach them like G adventure storytelling, I think that's the goal. Jeremy, if we can teach them how to do long form documentary style, it's a game changer for the industry.
Are you in?
Yeah, brother, I'm in. I don't even care what the dates are. All
I know, I know.
right, I'm in.
But
I'm in.
I think I'm gonna put together a proposal for you, and then we can kind of take off and see where we go from there.
Oh,
Does
you
that
don't
work?
even need a proposal. I'm in.
You land in Hanoi, and Vietnam doesn't ease you in. It meets you at full volume. The air is thick, the horns don't stop, the language pours over you like fast water. Whatever plans you made, neatly typed, carefully mapped, they dissolve the moment your feet hit the pavement. Here, you don't control the pace. You move with the current, or you don't move at all. Community tourism, two words I've heard before, but what does that actually mean? Is it something you buy, something you do, or something you learn when you let go of the wheel? I came here with lots of questions, but Vietnam, it doesn't wait for questions. It shows you what it is. You just have to keep up.
The streets of Hanoi don't just make noise, they wear it. The horns, the chatter, it all moves together like some unspoken choreography. A dance. You might think Hanoi is loud. Turns out I was the noise. The city was already in rhythm, I just hadn't learned the steps. Then came the cyclo ride. Slow, steady, a front row seat to a city in motion. We were told some people feel bad for the cyclo drivers. They're old, they look frail, some get off and push when the weight is too much. But what they want, what they ask for is not pity, it's work. Work that pays for school fees, work that opens doors their children will one day walk through. And that's when it clicks. The borders we draw, the lines between us, they don't matter. We all carry weight for the next generation. We all push even when it's hard. In that moment, I realized we're all Vietnamese.
Wow, yours is perfect. Mine was too much.
And then we'll start to wrap the rolls. Everyone, we wrap it tight. Like this one.
I think it's gonna be easier to turn this.
2, 3. Press the two sides.
That night, we gathered around cutting boards and burners, learning how to make Vietnamese dishes the proper way. The flavors were bold, the smells familiar, but it wasn't the fish sauce or the garlic that got to me. It was the silence between the chopping, the quiet focus, the care. Somewhere between slicing lemongrass and stirring broth, it hit me.
I think I got a solid.
It was never about the food, not really. It was about what food does.
Oh yeah, I got a solid roll.
Growing up, I didn't know the names of every ingredient, but I knew the feeling of being fed by someone who loved me. Someone who worked long hours, then came home and still found a way to nourish us. That's the taste I remembered. Not sweet, not salty, just love. And no recipe can teach you that.
We are riding this morning with a lady scooter gang. We really are. We're riding with a lady scooter gang this morning through the streets of Hanoi.
Day 2 in Hanoi, and we were back on wheels, this time with the Top Gear ladies. G Adventures works around the world to empower women, and this is how it looks in motion. Women on motorbikes navigating tight alleys and chaotic intersections with precision and pride. They ride to provide, to earn, to lead. And when you're on the back of that bike, weaving through Hanoi's streets with her at the helm, you realize equality isn't just a word, it's a ride. From ancient pagodas to the Long Bien Bridge, still scarred by war, we traced the city's spine. Then we stopped at Ho Tip Lake.
Fishing in a lake in the middle of a neighborhood that has a shot down B-52 in it.
Half submerged in the water, the broken body of a B-52 bomber brought down in 1972. Steel twisted by fire, left here not to gloat, but to remember. They call it B-52 Lake now, a quiet, everyday place where kids ride bikes and old men play chess nearby. Today, kids are fishing the wreckage. But it's more than just a landmark. It's a reminder. This city has survived things most of us can't imagine, and somehow it never stopped moving forward.
At one of the organizations that G Adventure supports, disabled people. They make souvenirs.
Kimvia is a Vietnamese social enterprise focused on empowering people with disabilities by providing them with meaningful employment in the handicraft industry. They produce and sell handmade home decor items and stuffed animals, aiming to showcase Vietnamese cultural identity and craftsmanship while supporting their artisans. As the sun dipped low, we left the city behind. No neon, no noise, just a quiet village on the edge of Hanoi, where life moves slower and every detail feels more deliberate. We were welcomed into a family's home, not a restaurant, not a curated experience, just a real table, real people, and real food. The rice was warm, the broth was deep, the herbs smelled like someone had just picked them. You leave the roads behind, and suddenly the world opens up into water. Halong Bay doesn't announce itself. It emerges, quiet, deliberate, thousands of limestone giants rising from still turquoise, like something pulled from myth. We boarded a wooden junk boat, all polished decks and creaking elegance, and it felt like stepping into another time. No traffic, no horns, no rush, just the soft churn of water, the slap of wind against sailcloth, and the kind of silence that makes you listen harder. We sailed into Halong Bay, a quieter corner, less touched, and for the first time in days, the pace wasn't just slow, it was intentional.
Pretty next level today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so
The caves of Halong Bay.
But the first chamber and second.
Third chamber of the cave. Moment you realize you're the only one in a hidden beach in Halong Bay. 3,000 islands. Just climbed through a bat cave to get here. But I'm the only one on this beach.
We left Halong Bay behind with salt still on our skin and quiet still in our heads. But the most powerful part of the day wasn't the landscape, it was a stop we almost missed. A workshop. Thoughtful. Inside, 500 artists. Most living with disabilities. Many are third-generation victims of Agent Orange. A war long over but still echoing in bloodlines and breath. And yet, this place is not about what was lost, it's about what's made. Silk embroidery, lacquer paintings, intricate woodwork, every piece shaped by hands that were once told, "You can't." Here they don't just create, they run the facility, they train others, they earn. 65% of each sale goes directly to the artist. That's not charity, that's dignity. And as I walked through those halls past wheelchairs and workbenches, I didn't see limitation. I saw proof that resilience isn't always loud. Sometimes it looks like focus, like grace, like someone choosing to shape beauty from a history that tried to break them. We continue to head south, every day closer to the city I was born in. Today we are in Hoi An. Hoi An is soft light and warm air, but the real heat today came from the kitchen. We started in the market, shoulder to shoulder with our guides from Oodles of Noodles, weaving through aisles like we were on a mission. Bar hopping, except with noodles.
We're not doing a pub crawl or a drink crawl. We are doing a noodle crawl where we're just going from different, we're just going to different noodle stalls and eating every noodle there is. We just had bung bao hue. I think we're we're doing pho next. And then we'll do some, I don't know, hue. Bung is noodles, pho is pork, and hue is from where my mom is from. So my mom's gonna get super judgy on this, well, because that's my mom.
Dozens of varieties, every shape, every texture, every story. We picked our ingredients, then headed to the training kitchen. There, side by side with young chefs in training, we chopped, stirred, claffed, and tasted. But behind the technique, there's a deeper story. Our guides aren't just learning to cook, they're rewriting their futures. Many came from lives marked by poverty, risk, or the threat of being trafficked. Streets International stepped in, not just with hope, but with structure, with tools, with purpose. Now they're not just surviving, they're thriving, with knives in hand and dreams in motion. It's easy to romanticize food, harder to realize that, for some, Learning to make a perfect bowl of noodles is the first real shot at freedom.
Take a coconut later.
Sir? I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, take a little bit.
Right there?
Yes, okay. All the rice water. So wait. Hit out the rice water. Yes. Yes. Okay. Over with the lid.
It all feels so easily, oddly familiar. Like, it's just another walk in the States for me. Yep. Easily take my kids back. Easily. Sun's gonna go down soon. Everyone's already on the boats. So these are the small lantern boats, but look at the river. Look at the river on both sides. All the lantern stores, all the lantern shops, all the restaurants, all the food vendors. And on the other side, you've got a whole Hoi An. It's just like, this is not too far from where my mom is from. So that's cool. Everyone's going out to light lanterns at sunset.
Hoi An doesn't glow, it radiates. As night falls, the town transforms, its streets lit not by neon but by hundreds of handmade lanterns swaying in the breeze like soft, slow breaths. Red, gold, indigo, teal, colors I'd forgotten the world could hold. And in that light, you start to see differently. Not just buildings or faces, but emotion, possibility. Somewhere between the river and the rooftops it hit me. The world isn't gray and hard unless we let it be. Hoi An reminds you, there is color, there is light, thoughtful. There is still magic if you're willing to walk slow enough to notice. Some places leave a mark on your heart. Hoi An, I let it leave one on my skin.
Yep, that's not Times Square, guys. That's Saigon, man.
I never understood what it meant to travel halfway around the world just to go home. In the States, some people never leave their block. Some stretch as far as the next town, maybe the next state. But me, I would have walked here if I had to. Because this city isn't just where I was born. It's where a part of me stayed, waiting to be reclaimed.
Now this is Saigon. Sun setting down over the crazy bridge. Like, we're trying to make our way to the river to jump on a cruise on the Mekong tonight. Just do a river cruise of the city. But this is totally Saigon right now. Just look at this. Absolute insanity. All controlled chaos though. All of it's controlled chaos. Every last bit of it. Look at this. Oh, that guy touched me. Doesn't matter. It's all part of the city.
Saigon doesn't sleep, it shifts. By day, it's raw energy, scooters flying like currents, vendors calling, sunlight bouncing off glass and grit. By night, it softens, warm lights, slow walks, rooftop breezes that carry stories you'll never hear twice. But in both, there's beauty. Not polished, not posed, real beauty. The kind that lives in motion, in people, in the ordinary made unforgettable. Saigon doesn't ask you to fall in love. It just keeps showing up, loud, luminous, unapologetically alive. And if you pay attention, you'll love it without even trying.
They didn't do it, so I was like, okay.
The next day we traded chaos for calm. Left behind the hum of Saigon for the slow breath of the Mekong. Boats rocked gently, palm trees whispered, and for the first time in days the world felt quiet again. I thought it would be a break, a scenic pause. But the stillness had other plans.
Cruising down the Mekong in a rowboat outside of Saigon. Gonna go eat some banh at a homestead right off of the Mekong.
Every side as well also have pork. Yeah, they cook together with like carrot. Like this. Hear the sound?
It's so good. It's good.
Tiếp theo là bài hát Cô gái của mẹ. Mai này con rất giàu. Mẹ ở nhà một mình buồn lắm.
Further down the river, the air got quieter, the village smaller, the moment heavier. I didn't expect to break there, but that's the thing about grief. It doesn't need an invitation. Someone once told me, one of the many gifts of travel is when you run into a loved one who's no longer with you, a ghost of love. And that's exactly what happened. I saw her. Not her, but somehow her. A woman in the village, same warmth, same eyes, same presence. I spoke to her in Vietnamese. She understood me. I understood her. And then she said it, those haunting, beautiful words. You're a good boy to come home. That was it. No holding back. No camera could have caught it the way it felt. In that small village, with river mud on my shoes and tears in my eyes, I stopped being a traveler. I was a grandson coming home. Because you see, for over 30 years, and no matter how far I lived away, I never missed a Christmas day with my grandparents. How was I going to leave someone who gave me those minutes we always ask for when someone is gone?
Saigon, man. People will never know, dude. Friggin' Saigon. Look at this place. Look at this city. Totally thriving. Look at this, totally thriving. Gotta go. Gotta go. Look at this. Helicopter pads on buildings. God, they fly kites out here at night. Look at this, look at this. Little kites, they're flying little kites. They're flying little kites out here. We don't have a kite city. We don't have a kite street. Vietnam is crazy. Oh, I'm walking in the middle of the street. Gotta go. Gotta go.
I don't think there are two more opposite ways to leave a place. The first time I was 3, running down a runway during the fall of Saigon in 1975. No suitcase, no goodbye, no understanding, just a child caught in history's tide, carried away before I even knew what I was leaving. This time I left with a full hands and a full heart. I left stories, faces, flavors, ghosts I met and finally made peace with. I came with questions and left with roots. I came as a traveler, but I left as something else. Someone who had finally stood on the ground that shaped him. Back then I had nothing, just breath and chance. Now I left so much behind because I finally had something to leave. I have something most people don't. Footage, grainy, fragile, sacred. Eglin Air Force Base. My family, my grandfather, my parents, and me being processed as refugees. Fingerprinted, numbered, recorded. I'm just a child. 3 years old, small hands, blank eyes, a silent passenger in someone else's escape. I watch this footage now, decades later, and I stare at their faces, trying to read what the camera couldn't capture. Was that fear in their eyes, or was it faith? Did they know what they were walking into, or just what they were leaving behind? It's a question I'll never fully answer, but I do know this. They didn't run for themselves. They ran for me. That fingerprint, that intake photo, that was the price they paid for my future.
And so now I travel back, not for nostalgia, not for escape, but to carry something home that never had the chance to return. If you're lucky enough to still ask where your people came from, go. Stand where they stood, feel what they felt. Let the silence between generations finally speak. Because when you go home, you don't just find them, you find yourself. And maybe you free them too.